This past week, it was announced that we lost our crown jewel. Nofla Ateres Roshenu, the death of one of our holy shepherds, Rabbi Aaron Schechter. Rabbi Aaron Schechter, while you may not know that much about him, he was the Rosh Yeshiva of Chaim, Berlin. He was the foremost and preeminent disciple of Rav Hutner. And you are going to hear a boatload of stories about Rabbi Aaron's unparalleled, unmatched, unrivaled, absolutely rare determination and stamina in his Torah study. The only thing that mattered to him was getting to the truth of the topic he was learning, and sometimes he would go for 8 to 10 to 15 to 18 hours a day. Rabbi Aaron Schechter is a relatable gadol because he was born on the east side, New York, in 1928. He didn't just grow up in the lap of luxury, Talmudic luxury, meaning in the walls of Slobodka. He wasn't grown into a gadol by the Vilna Gaon. No, an American boy. And he became the one that you're going to see on all the newspapers with the big white beard and a mastery of the Torah inside of his head. I want to focus tonight on one story that I heard from Rav Gershon Ribner, pull out something practical, and then try to develop this art that's a lost art, but it was a part of Rabbi Aaron's character. I think it's important. So the story goes that there was this young man who was walking through the streets of New York, and he was looking for some Jewish summer program. So, Yeshiva Chaim Berlin looks like a Jewish place. He walked in. He asked someone, is there anything going on here for the summer? I'm looking for some sort of camp, activities, all that. And sure enough, Rabbi Aaron Schechter was in the base manager's learning. He said, well, I am not the dean here. Let me go speak to the man in charge, Rav Hutner. So he went up. Asked Rav Hutner. He told him someone was here for him, inquiring about summer plans. And Rav Hutner said, send him up at around noon. So Rabbi Aaron Schechter went back to the boy, told him what Rav Hutner said. And then Rav Aaron told the boy, but if you're going to go meet with Rav Hutner, a great gadol and Talmud Chacham, you have to know how to act in front of a Talmud Chacham. So he walked to the bookcase. He took out 2 Shulchan Aruchs, 2 codes of Jewish law, and they learned the laws of how to act, sit, and function in the same room, in the proximity of a Talmud Chacham. One of the great aspects of Rabbi Aaron Schechter was that he was an absolute Talmud of someone. It was all about Rav Hutner. He was a walking Rav Hutner, a manifestation, a reincarnation of Rav Hutner. It's hard not to be. I mean, Rav Hutner, you learn about his dynamic, vibrant, zestful personality and his koyach to build and his svara and his analytical and methodical thinking. He was such a gadol, the great Rav Hutner. But when the Mishnah says, Aseh lecha Rav, and then you hear that Rabbi Aaron Schechter never left Chaim Berlin. He met Rav Hutner and stayed there for his entire life and never went to Brisk or Mir. Doesn't it give you a new definition of what it means to make for yourself a Rebbe? Nowadays, there's so many different opinions about things. Yes, AI, not AI. Learn Daf Yomi, learn Daf Mishnah Yomi, Mishnah Brura, do this, do this, do this. How do you do with the internet, this, that. It's so important that you have a Rebbe. Sometimes we have a Rav from the Shul and a Rav from Yeshiva and a Rav for our kids. And all. What if we became somebody like Rabbi Aaron Schechter that was Aseh lecha Rav? You found for yourself someone that you are a full devotee for. You became a chassid of his. Everything was that you were subjugating yourself to this holy individual and you became a full-fledged Talmud. A student. Maybe that's how Rabbi Aaron Schechter, coupling that with some hard work, a lot of hard work, became who he became. Trying to mimic the ways of Rav Hutner, trying to build on the ways of Rav Hutner, trying to spread the teaching of Rav Hutner. So, something practical you can take away from the great Chaim Berlin Rosh Yeshiva. Make for yourself a Rebbe. Become a Talmud. Become a chassid of somebody holy. Follow in their ways. And hopefully this will give you clarity. Rabbi Aaron Schechter, Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha.